Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of the Madizen show. I am proud to have Tyler as my first guest on the show, and we will be doing some conversation starters as well as answering some questions from fans. So please ask questions. Please comment so I can answer all your questions for upcoming episodes. And don't forget to support Madizen and buy some bracelets at madizenusa.com, MADIZEN USA. And happy watching. Welcome to episode 2.
Hey, everybody. It's Tyler and Madizen.
Welcome to episode 2 of the Madizen show. Tyler is here with me this episode.
Hey, everybody.
Yes. So we're going to get into how our first date was.
Yeah, we can get to see what we love about each other and get to know each other.
Yes. So if you were going to create a new holiday, what would it be and how would people celebrate it?
I'd say probably either CMA Fest or beginning of NASCAR season.
Why would you make CMA Fest a holiday?
Because it's a big event. Every year, people come to hear some great country music, and I get to MC at it too.
That was a fun date we went on, and a fun
yes,
trip.
It was.
And a fun trip you went on, and you got to meet my childhood bestie that week.
Yep.
And then why would you make NASCAR season a holiday?
Because it's the greatest sport in the world.
So I don't really think of racing much as a sport as I do basketball or football.
Well, to me it is. They got to stay in shape for that.
Yes, like if I were to create a new holiday, I would make my birthday a national holiday.
Oh, I know that.
Yes, and also Disney Princess Week is the end of August.
Yeah.
Like I'd make that a national holiday.
Yeah.
Because Disney princesses need to be celebrated, in my opinion.
I figured.
Like celebrating different ones each day.
Make fishing season a holiday too. Of course, Florida fishing season's all year long.
You still need to teach me how to fish.
Yeah.
I know when we're gonna do that.
Whenever you want to, my love.
Yes. Sometime soon. What would you like to be famous for someday? We're already TV stars.
Yeah, we're already TV stars.
Yes. You're already TV stars. That's a funny one.
Plus, I'm a DJ, MC, and singer too.
Yes. Your album I know you're working on your album.
Yeah.
I'd love to have my own store someday. That's one of my goals.
Yeah. Maybe I can have a Chevy dealership.
Is it because of your Chevy car?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what's inspiring it?
Yeah, my love for cars and Chevrolet too.
I'd love to own my own store with all the stuff I make.
Yeah.
What are the most important rights every person should have?
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion.
Yeah.
I would agree with that one. Would you rather be a wealthy movie star or a poor scientist who cures cancer?
I'd say poor scientist that cures cancer.
Why is that?
Because so many people have died from it.
I would say I know I'm already on the spectrum, but I would probably rather cure cancer.
Yeah.
Because my grandmother's had it, my Aunt Shannon's had it, my papa died from it.
Yeah. My Granny McKee died from it. But praise the Lord, Nana survived it.
Yes. So I'd rather cure cancer. When I was little, when I was a kid, I had a dream about winning the Nobel Peace Prize for being a surgeon who cured cancer. When I was a kid, I had a dream about that. Which is funny, or even I had a dream about being a poor scientist not a poor scientist. I meant a poor surgeon, not a poor scientist. I meant a surgeon who cured a very rare disease.
Yeah.
I had a dream about that when I was little. I think I was in 6th grade when I had that dream.
Yeah.
This is a crazy one. If you could rename yourself, what new name would you choose?
Either Jeff or Alan. Because of Jeff Gordon, Alan Jackson, or even Mike. Mike Allstott. Favorite player on the Bucks.
Favorite NASCAR driver, favorite singer, favorite sports player.
Yeah. But player on the Bucks. Yeah.
I don't know what I would choose. I don't know what I would choose. I don't know what I would choose if I could give myself a new name. Like I would probably either give myself a French name if I could.
Figured.
Like Madeline's is like the French version of Madizen.
Yeah. What's the French one of Tyler?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I know Madeline's French for Madizen, which is why I loved watching Madeline growing up and still love Madeline.
Yeah.
Would you travel into space if you could?
Yes, I could. Yes, I would.
I would too. I know space doesn't interest me as much as history does.
Yeah. Well, to tell you the truth, riding Mission Space at Disney kind of makes me want to do it sometimes.
Space Mountain is what would make me want to do it.
Yeah. You ever rode Mission Space before?
I can't remember if I did or not.
Well, maybe we have to do that along with Test Track.
Yeah, I love Test Track.
Yeah, and I love it too.
I love Space Mountain.
And I think you probably know the reasons why I love Test Track.
Because it's all cars.
Yep. And you know who sponsors it, don't you?
Who?
Chevrolet.
And when Abby, Connor, Tanner, and I were in Disneyland, we all walked through Cars Land, and I thought, wish you could be here.
Yeah, but I was at the Opry singing Deeper Than the Holler and got to meet Randy Travis.
Yes.
I wish you were there to meet Randy Travis too.
Yes. Like, I wish I could have heard you sing, but Abby, Connor, Tanner, and I were having a blast at Disneyland.
I understand. Me and you have to go to Disneyland sometime.
Yes. Yeah, Disneyland and Disney World.
That's right.
And back to Universal and go to the California Universal.
Yep. They're also opening Universal in Texas too.
What?
Yep.
And in SeaWorld.
Yes.
Yes. Been Busch Gardens a million times. And also we need to go to Busch Gardens in Williamsburg together. I haven't been there since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could stay at my grandparents' house in Richmond, and then we could go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg and then go to Colonial Williamsburg.
Yeah.
And
I can take you to Silver Dollar City in Branson at some point.
And we could stay with Aunt Mimi and Uncle Wade and the cousins.
That's right.
We could stay with all them.
Yep, and then just take the drive up there to Branson, stay night hotel, do some go-kart racing, go to Silver Dollar City, and I can show you around.
Yes, and I could see Arkansas, you and the cousins and Aunt Mimi and Uncle Wade, and can show me around, and Nana and Papa and Mom and Dad. They could all show me around.
Yeah.
Which animal would you love to be for a day?
Shih Tzu dog.
I'd love to be one of... Why is that? Why would you love to be Dozer for a day?
Well, not Dozer, but my other one, Rocky. All loving and loyal.
Was Rocky the dog you had before Dozer?
Yeah. That's the one I grew up with.
If I could be any animal for the day, I'd be a reindeer pulling Santa's sleigh.
Yeah.
Because of how much I love Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm not really big into animals, but I would say my favorite animal would have to be a reindeer.
Yeah.
pulling Santa's sleigh. I'd be Rudolph, leading the sleigh.
Maybe I'd be a dolphin too, knowing how affectionate I am.
Yes, the dolphins are very affectionate. Or you'd be a bear, knowing how affectionate you are.
Yeah.
Bears are very affectionate.
Because I am a big teddy bear.
Yes, sir. I'd probably be a reindeer. Would you go to school if it were your choice?
I guess I probably would, just to learn and see my friends.
I loved school growing up. I loved school growing up. I loved going to school to see all my friends, and I enjoyed all my therapies I had in school, and I really enjoyed learning. I really enjoyed learning, and I would look forward to going to my classes when I was in middle school and high school. And I was a straight A student.
Yeah.
And so looking back, like I enjoyed school, like not just for academics, but socially and socially I enjoyed it, as I was on several e-boards in high school.
Yeah.
I was in Best Buddies. I started the Autism Awareness Club in my high school, and I was in the Women's Leadership Club and the Community Service Club and Student Council. I was pretty involved. Which TV show would you pick to live inside for a week?
I'd probably say Court Cam, knowing all the funny videos where they're acting a fool.
What is Court Cam?
It's where they show videos of people in court.
That's different than Cops.
Yeah, Cops is a good show too.
I know that's your favorite.
Yeah.
I'd love to live it. It would be fun to live inside The Bachelor, to experience the one-on-one dates.
Yeah.
Experience all the dates and to see what and the rose ceremonies, and to see what that show is really like. But the one show that I'd really choose would be Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
If I really had to choose one. Because because I want to be the first autistic contestant on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I grew up doing dance, and I'd love to show the world that I'm still a dancer deep down. So Dancing with the Stars would be what I would choose. What is one goal you hope to accomplish this year?
Well, kind of hard for me to think. I mean, I've already accomplished quite a bit. I think maybe MC something that's on TV.
Grow our relationship.
That's a good one too.
Yes. Like MC something on TV, you're probably gonna you may end up emceeing CMA Fest next summer. You never know.
Yeah. The one that'll air on Big ABC.
Not the smaller parts of CMA
But
Fest.
I may do both, smaller and the bigger parts.
Yeah, you just did the smaller parts this past June.
Yeah, I don't mind doing both.
Yeah, you definitely could do both.
Yeah.
And the Strawberry Festival.
Yep, which is something I am gonna do.
Do not like this one. This one is not the most appropriate. Would you rather be smarter, athletic, or good looking?
I'd probably say athletic, because I never really played that much sports growing up.
I would say smart. I would say smart.
What do you mean smart?
Because it said, would you rather be smarter, athletic, or better looking?
I think you're already smart.
I am already smart. But like I do have 2 left feet. Yeah, I'm not the most athletic.
Yeah. Well, you can't say 2 left feet. You're a good dancer.
Yeah, I am a good dancer. I'm not good at basketball. I'm not good at football. I'm not good at baseball.
Yeah.
Parks did all that growing up, not me.
Yeah.
And his tournaments as a kid, they overstimulated me.
Yeah.
I didn't like being at them. But when I got old enough to stay home, I would stay home.
Yeah.
Because I was not comfortable going.
Yeah.
Where would you choose to travel to if money was no object?
Tennessee.
I would go to France.
Yeah. Figured that.
Yes. Like, why would you go back to Nashville?
Because I love it. I love Tennessee.
You already went to your dreams place of Alaska this year.
Yeah.
I'd go to France because that's my dream place. Seeing the Eiffel Tower. There are more castles in France than any other country in the world.
Yeah.
Which is a fun fact. And I've always wanted to. And Paris is the capital of fashion and art.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why. And I really want to see the Madeleine House in Paris.
Yeah.
And go to Disneyland Paris. I've had that dream since I was a kid. What's your favorite dessert?
Nana's homemade banana pudding.
I am not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Mine would be the forbidden fudge brownie sundae at Friendly's.
Oh.
Or the chocolate devotion at Cold Stone.
Yeah, you ought to have Aunt Mimi's brownie sundae. It's good too.
Those are all double chocolate. Those are 2 different double chocolate brownie sundaes, but 2 different ice cream shops. Friendly's is for those up in Massachusetts.
Yep.
And then I, like, you were to bananas, I'm to chocolate.
Yep.
Go on about our first. Can we talk about our first date, July 15th, 2024?
Yep. What an awesome day that was.
It was such an awesome day.
Yeah.
Like when you walked into Sunken Garden and you're wearing that cowboy hat and in those cowboy boy boots, and then your voice sounded like my Uncle Gary and my cousin Miles.
Yep, I wrote a song about that first day.
I know you did. It was a very beautiful song.
Yep.
And it was 5 hour long. It was a 5 hour long date.
Yeah.
Because you're talking so much, getting to know each other.
5-hour day out there in the hot Florida July sun, man. Woo.
Yes, it was a hot day.
Yeah.
It was a hot day. Looking at the flamingos and walking through the botanical garden.
Yeah.
And I knew that day you were the one.
I did too.
And then the second date was our very first kiss.
Yeah, I almost kissed you on the cheek on the first day, but I know you said you didn't want a guy moving too fast, so I was going as slow as I can. And then when you asked, you want to go in for a kiss, I'm like, all right.
Yes.
I'll do it.
Yes, like I did not want to be kissed on the cheek on on the first date.
Yeah.
Like a hug was a good compromise.
Yeah.
A hug was a good compromise. But the beach date is because of all that chemistry we felt. I thought I just wanted to go in. I felt like going in.
I'm glad you did, my love.
Too. And then the question from Alan Chevitz: What do we love? What do I love about Tyler the most? I definitely definitely love when he first came up to me. I loved how his Southern accent reminded me of my family, North Carolina, and of course his cowboy hats, his cowboy boots, and how he knows all the chords to all these songs. A very good singer, very good DJ, very good MC. Those are just some of many things.
I love the way you scrunch when you smile, the way you get excited. I love how you're creative and festive, and I love you're a good jewelry maker too.
Thank you. And from Stacy, next question is from Stacy Dizitel. What have you learned through your relationship? And how have we grown? We have learned to be we've learned to be open and compromise with one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, like Tyler loves crime shows and I love cartoons. And we've learned to watch the other show to make the other person happy.
Yeah.
Like I now like documentaries and crime shows because of Tyler now.
Yeah. And you like sauce because of me now too.
That is correct. I now like sauce because of Tyler, but no hot sauce yet.
Okay.
No hot sauce, just sweet sauces like barbecue and ketchup and teriyaki.
Yeah.
Just to name a few.
And I've learned to have confidence, because I didn't really have much confidence until I was in love with you. And then, of course, holding the door which I've always learned to do that, even at restaurants for other people, but never really sank in until now. And then always be on the lookout for you, no matter what's going on.
Yes. And we've learned, and we've also learned to be flexible too.
Yep.
That's another big one, and now we've learned to put your significant other first.
Yeah.
That's another one too. And some ways I've grown is like before I was in a relationship with Tyler, I was watching nothing but kids shows all the time, and now like I'm watching more adult stuff now because of now that I'm in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Would you rather live for a week in the past or the future?
I'd probably say the future.
I would love to go back to the 80s when MTV first aired.
Yeah, that's when CMT first aired too.
Really?
Yeah. I'd like to go back to the 80s too. I think that was a good decade.
Yes, and and that was when bracelets up your wrists were so popular.
Yeah.
I love 80s fashion.
Yeah.
I feel like I have 80s fashion. Like hair bows are popular. Hair bows and scrunchies, but I don't wear scrunchies, I wear bows, right?
Yeah.
Makeup, lots of big bracelets, big necklaces. I feel like that's my fashion era, is the 80s.
Yeah.
If I had to choose an era. Then what would you say the 80s too?
Cars, music. Trying to think what else. I'd say probably cars and music.
Yeah, the 80s rock is one of the best genres of music.
Yeah.
That's my mom's favorite, is the hair bands of the 80s.
Yeah.
When was it most difficult to persevere when you wanted to quit?
I'd say probably getting my learner's permit to drive, because it took me about 7 times to pass. About the third or fourth time I was getting so close and wanted to quit, but I kept going because, I knew I always wanted to try and drive, and so I did, and got my learner's permit, and now I have my driver's license.
So I would I would say, no, I would say, thinking about one that would be appropriate for this. I would say when I would say everything I've overcome in general.
Yeah.
Would be.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too.
Would be good.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too.
Because I would say I would say, like, when I first moved to Massachusetts, kids weren't the most understanding, and there were days where I didn't feel like going to school, but then when Jess told me to let myself out and educate others, it felt like a whole new start, and I became friends with a lot of these people who misunderstood me, and then it got me starting the Autism Awareness Club, and then joining all these e-boards.
Yeah.
And because all my peers in high school wanted to join in on the cause, which was awesome looking back. What would you most like to do for someone else if you had money and time?
I can't really say. Think about it.
I would say do jewelry making classes all over the country.
Yeah, that's probably what I do. Like, do some MC courses and broadcasting courses.
Classes all over the country.
Maybe help those who want to speak out, say something in front of people.
Yes, like going back to college wouldn't be a bad idea for you, at least.
Well, it's kind of hard to go back to college now.
Now that you have all that.
Yeah.
Now that you have all the Love on the Spectrum stuff all that stuff lined up, it's hard for you to go back to school.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to do it for radio.
Yeah.
If you were offered $1 million, could you get straight A's?
Yes.
I was not to brag, but I was a straight A student in school.
Yeah.
So.
I was in first grade.
Like, I was even without $1 million. But if you were offered $1 million, what would you spend it on?
I guess a new house.
That's a good one. I would say the same thing, or either that or a trip to Europe.
Yeah.
Or I'd spend it to complete my all my American Girl collection.
Yeah.
And get a room for dolls.
Yeah.
Those are 3 things I'd spend it on.
Probably get a Corvette.
Is Corvette owned by Chevrolet?
That's right.
I never knew that. I wonder who owns Mustang.
Ford.
Because Mustang is high end and Corvette's high end.
Yeah.
Never knew all that. What is your ideal bedtime?
10 o'clock.
In bed, 8:30, 9, read devotionals, and then asleep by 10.
Yeah.
That's ideal for me.
10, maybe 11.
When I was a kid, I was never in bed past 8:30.
Yeah.
And I would say I could never stay up till 11.
Yeah.
Like 10 is the latest for me.
Yeah.
What famous person would you like to have as a friend?
I don't know. already got it right here.
And I know we've met so many famous people this past year.
Yeah.
I mean, who's the next famous person you'd want to meet?
Alan Jackson, of course.
Obviously. Like, I already met Katy Perry, my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
She'd be cool to have as a friend. Like, I'd love to meet Shania Twain.
Yeah.
I'd pass out if I met her.
Yeah.
She's my favorite country artist. I also would love to meet Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
She's very high up there for me.
I probably want to meet Justin Timberlake too.
Yeah, I'd like die if I met Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a big Swiftie, right? And I also would love to meet Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to meet all the guys in One Direction. Too bad Liam Payne is no longer with us.
Yeah.
Because I would have loved to meet him, but Harry Styles more so than the rest.
I'd say probably one I would have loved to met, or two I would have loved to met that have died. Well, actually three. Toby Keith, Elvis Presley, and Dale Earnhardt.
Didn't know the original Dale Earnhardt died.
Yeah, he died. The Dale Sr.
Yeah, I would love to meet, like, if any celebrity that died I'd love to meet Loretta Lynn.
Yeah.
I saw her in concert in Nashville when I graduated high school at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah.
She's the one dead celebrity I'd love to meet. Also, I'd love
to meet her too.
I'd love to meet Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
She's another dead one I'd love to meet. She's my favorite actress. She played Mrs. Potts. She'd be like, Angela Lansbury would be number one, then Loretta Lynn would be number two out of dead people I'd love to meet. What is one thing you like about your family?
Love that we were raised Christ-like in a good Christian-filled home, a family that loves one another, a family that always tells each other, "I love you." I mean, I'm proud of the family I grew up with.
I would say I'm very thankful for what my mom did with, like, how she did all this research with all my therapies, and how my dad like provided by working extra hours for me to be successful, for me to do all my therapies and all my extracurriculars, because it wasn't cheap for me to do any of that.
Yeah.
And I would also.
And I'm thankful for my mom and daddy encouraging me to overcome my struggles.
I'm thankful my parents do as well.
Yeah. And we're always there for me too.
Next question. Similar to the last one. What event in the past or the future would you like to witness? In person. What historical event?
I'd probably say July 4th, 1776.
Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
Why would you say Declaration of Independence?
Founding of our country.
I would say I grew up in the backbone of American history.
Yeah.
I was in Massachusetts, and I would say I'd love to experience, like, the shot heard around the world, Pilgrim's Landing, because this was all in my hometown where I used to live. Yet at the same time, I would love to experience opening of Disneyland.
Yeah.
Snow White first coming to theater. I mean, those are two others I'd love to experience. Cool. What is the best and worst thing about your position in the family? You as an only child and me as the oldest.
I think the only child, best thing being, I guess being part of everything, the worst thing, never had a brother or sister. But you know what? It ain't bad because my cousins are like brothers and sisters to me.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that.
I would say best thing is getting to do everything first.
Yeah.
For me. Yes, but the worst, I would say the worst thing. What is the worst thing about my position is more expectations are on me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the oldest.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can think about it is that way.
Yeah.
Yet at times there are some ways I feel like the youngest child because I was the one who was the most spoiled.
Yeah.
Because of my autism.
Yeah.
And Parks is the one who had to grow up fast.
Yeah.
So that was a way where our rules were reversed, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because typically the oldest grows up fast and the youngest doesn't. But in my family, Parks grew up fast and I didn't have to.
Yeah.
What is your favorite ride at an amusement park?
Test track at Epcot.
I would say quite a few. I would say at Disney and at Magic Kingdom, the Snow White ride.
Yeah.
The Snow White coaster.
Mine Space Mountain.
At Epcot, Epcot would probably have to be either Test Track or Soarin' around the world.
Yeah. Soarin's fun too.
Animal Kingdom is definitely Everest.
We need to do that at some point. I'd like to ride that someday.
I've ridden Everest. I have to ride Everest again. And at MGM, it's definitely the Rock and Roller Coaster.
Mine too.
I also love the Tower of Terror.
Yeah, that's good too.
And then at Disneyland, it's California Screamin'.
You have to get me to try that ride sometime.
Definitely. Abby and I had our hands up on that ride.
Yeah.
And at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, the Griffin. At Busch Gardens, Tampa, the Gwazi.
Mine's the Tigress.
And at Universal Rock and Roller Coaster.
Rip Ride Rocket.
Yes.
Yep, that one, and I love the Hulk roller coaster.
Yes. And
the Hulk roller coaster is my favorite.
Six Flags Marine World, I love the Medusa, which was my very first upside down roller coaster as a kid.
Silver Dollar City, the Powder Keg, and Fire in the Hole.
Yeah, Medusa was my first upside down coaster when I was a kid. Because I was 9 at the time, and I was like 3 inches too short.
Yeah.
Then my dad snuck me on the ride because of my nervous energy I had during the dolphin show. I couldn't sit through it.
Yeah.
I couldn't sit through it because I was not interested. I just only wanted to ride rides. But my dad put his hat on me and snuck and made it me 3 inches taller and just snuck me on the ride. And I enjoyed it. And at Six Flags New England, it's the Bizarro or the Superman. And then I also and at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, I love the Big Dipper.
I'd love to ride the Batman roller coaster at the Six Flags in Texas, and I wanted to ride that roller coaster when we were in Vegas at some point. There in New York.
So we'll go to Vegas, ride roller coasters, no gambling.
That's right.
No
roller coasters, arcades, good places to eat, stuff like that.
No gambling.
Yeah.
What would be on the menu for your ultimate birthday dinner?
Chicken wings, buffalo wings.
Obviously.
Yeah. Cheesecake
Factory. And chocolate ganache cake from Publix.
Yeah.
What would you do for fun if you had to give up TV and video games?
Listen to the radio. Well, what'd I do for fun? I'd probably go fishing.
Yeah, I'd make jewelry, but I wouldn't have a TV in the background.
Yeah, I'd be fishing with the radio on.
Would not have a TV in the background, which would stink. What personality trait has gotten you the most in trouble?
That's a tough one to think about.
Mine's easy. Impulsivity.
Yeah.
That's a big one for me. I tend to act on impulse a lot. Like act without thinking. React without processing.
Yeah. I think that's kind of common.
Yes. Like I tend to I used to spend money on things without knowing how much they were.
Yeah.
And thank God I've overcame that, but I still tend to be impulsive.
Yeah.
Tend to do things out of impulse, tend to act out of impulse, but it's something I'm working on.
Yeah.
Impulsivity is a common trait with people with autism.
Yeah.
And I also struggle with ADHD, so impulsivity is a common ADHD trait as well.
Yeah.
This one's a strange one. Why would you rather be a girl or a boy?
I'm happy the way I am.
I'm happy the way I am too. What skill would you like to have someday?
Well, I'm already working on it now, playing the guitar.
I already sew, but I would love to know how to make clothes.
Yeah.
And how to alter clothes. Especially now that I've lost weight.
Yeah. I've lost weight. I've lost a little weight too.
What school subjects do you think are the most useful and the most useless?
I'd say English and history are useful, but math, that's a little bit hard for me.
Like in my opinion, like I find art to be useful for me because it's something I use every day. But I don't find, like math was my weakest subject. And
Mine too.
I don't find math to be useful for me. Like when I was working with special needs kids, like almost every subject I found to be useful when I was working with special needs kids.
Yeah.
Especially English and math.
Yeah.
But like higher level, like high school, like level stuff, elementary school stuff was useful, but high school and middle school stuff was not useful. Which household chores do you enjoy doing and which do you try to avoid?
I like cleaning and doing the dishes, taking the dog out. I think one thing I try to avoid is cleaning. I can't think of one I try to avoid.
Yeah, like I'm not the biggest fan of chores, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like the only chore I really enjoy doing is like setting the table if it's a nice dinner.
Yeah.
But I do not enjoy cleaning the table.
Yeah.
What would you like to be doing in 10 years?
What I'm doing now.
Maybe
growing a little bit more in it.
You'll probably have albums out by then.
Yeah.
I'd love to run my own store in 10 years, own my own boutique in 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm selling jewelry and sewn goods. If you go to the Olympics in any sport, which one would you choose and why?
Bobsledding.
Why?
It's one of my favorite things about the Winter Olympics, the way they go around them high banks. One driving, the other pulling it a little bit.
I would would say either gymnastics or track, because I did those when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I only did track to do it with my friends.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite thing to do. But I did like gymnastics. I liked gymnastics only doing the trampoline, and I liked the wedge mats and the floor, but I did not like the bars or the balance beam.
Yeah.
Dance was my sport. Dance was truly my sport. And it took me a while to realize that.
Yeah.
Would you rather fly or be invisible?
Fly.
I'd rather fly so I could go wherever I want.
Yeah.
In what language would you like to be fluent?
I guess probably, if I had to pick one, probably Spanish.
I'm pretty fluent in Spanish already. And I am pretty, and I know a lot of French. Pretty fluent in French, and I know a lot of and I know some German, but I'd love to become more fluent in German and more fluent in French. And I do know how to say hello in 50 languages.
Yeah.
What would be the first thing you'd save if your house caught on fire?
My DJ equipment.
My American Girl dolls.
Yeah.
We're talking about the most expensive stuff we own.
Yep. Also my guitar and my car too.
Also save. I would save my Christmas village.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about stuff that's expensive that I can't replace. I'd save all my jewelry I made. Which famous athlete would you love to meet?
Yeah, I've already met Jeff Gordon. I've already met Mike Allstott. I'd probably say Chase Elliott.
Who is that?
NASCAR driver. Along with Baker Mayfield, who's quarterback of the Bucks.
How did you meet Jeff Gordon? And
met him at Texas Motor Speedway. I met Mike Allstott at the Strawberry Festival.
When did you meet Gordon at the Texas Motor Speedway? When was that?
2017.
When you meet the Bucks player at the Strawberry Festival?
2019.
Lucky. Like, I would love to meet, like, I know I'm not really big into sports, but I'd love to meet Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans too. I like those guys on the Bucks too.
I'd say Tom Brady because it's the Massachusetts in me.
Yeah. If there's an Arkansas athlete I'd like to meet, Darren McFadden. Played for the Hogs, the Razorbacks.
What historical sporting event would you love to attend? I would say the opening of Fenway Park in 1901. Because it's the oldest ballpark in the country. And it's where I grew up.
Let's see. The 1979 Daytona 500, the first ever NASCAR race broadcasted live, flag to flag on TV.
What about that one that made the first?
Well, it was the first one ever broadcasted on CBS because there was a big blizzard that went across the country, and it was a race that came down the wire. Richard Petty winning, and Bobby Allison and Donnie Allison fighting in the grass, and I wonder what that would feel like in person.
Yes. I was thinking, I wonder what Fenway Park opening up would be like in person, seeing them in the very first Red Sox game ever being like in person.
Yeah.
Because also the Atlanta Braves were once from Boston.
Yep.
They were once the Boston Braves, and they also used to play at Fenway.
Yeah.
which is interesting. Now they're the Atlanta Braves.
And I'd probably see a Bucks game from. I mean, I've seen it at Raymond James Stadium, which is exciting, but I'd love to see what it'd be like at the old Tampa Stadium, or maybe even a Razorback game at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock.
It would be cool to see a Patriots game at Fenway Park before Gillette Stadium was built.
Yeah, but didn't they have another stadium before Gillette Stadium, like Foxborough Stadium?
I believe they did.
I know the Hogs, of course, they're in Fayetteville, but they used to have 2 games a year in Little Rock, and the biggest one was always LSU. I would have loved to have seen the Hogs play on LSU in Little Rock. That was always an exciting game.
Or going to my college's very first football, going to Western England's very first football game would be cool to see.
Yeah.
It would be cool to go back in time when my college started their football team.
Yeah.
What's the ultimate ice cream sundae?
I'd say probably a brownie sundae.
My favorite, like especially the one at Friendly's.
Yeah.
Especially the Forbidden Fudge Sundae at Friendly's, or the Chocolate Devotion at Cold Stone, or the Brownie Special at Ben & Jerry's.
Yeah.
But at Ben & Jerry's, I love to get the Tonight Dough, chocolate fudge brownie, and chocolate therapy with hot fudge all over it.
I think probably coming to this tournament, I'd say probably also the last game at Tampa Stadium for the Bucks, which was the 97 wild card game where we beat the Detroit Lions. It was the last game ever. It was Tony Dungy's first one as a playoff. He was my favorite coach on the Bucks, Tony Dungy.
Hi everyone. So sorry our YouTube video ended abruptly as the camera died. And again, please support MadizenUSA.com as I have tons of bracelets for sale. MADIZEN USA.com. Keep asking me questions in the comments section. I'll address them in the future videos. Thank you for watching and thank you for all your support. See you next time.